Now the control car brings them round off the top turn. Just to keep them all in order, they line up in pairs. The control car pulls off, and they are on their way into the first of the ramps. And when somebody starts going sideways in the middle of it all, as you can see, it gets decidedly unhealthy. Well, they're the tail enders. And that's the ramp on the back straight, because they've got two ramps to contend with in this event. And as you can see, things are getting a little bit hectic there. Some determined to battle their way through regardless. Let's see if we can pick up some leaders for you now out of that mayhem. 23, Barry Nicholas is the leader, and there he is. And of course, in a race like this, very quickly the field gets spread all around the track, and you're very quickly up behind the back markers. That's the lead car, number 23. Second place, 225, and third, 122. And 303 has got problems, but the driver is okay. Let's see if we can have another look at him in a moment, but I think he's okay. Over the ramps they come, and in fact they've taken part of one of the ramps away. That's the lead car. He's taking it rather steady. It's all well under control at the moment. That's what happens if you forget to tie your bonnet down. Our lead car then still there. Barry Nicholas going well in the 23 car. Flipping over that back ramp without too much trouble. 328 is right up behind him in second place. That's Brian Holiday. Leader's going to be under some pressure in a minute. 328 is right there, but 328 I think is hooked. Maybe he's hooked on that one behind. There's certainly a bit of a problem there as they come to this other ramp. 328 is going to go sideways any minute. If that one behind can just get a bit more of a push, he's got him. 5 laps gone as the leader comes through. 23, and he's got problems. He's got a puncture on the front offside tyre. Now closing in behind him now comes the 225 car. He's the next man. And still problems there now as he's around with 447 and a couple of others. That's one way to do it, of course, if you can't go forwards. Go backwards. That's 627, looking for the novel way to go through. Terry Cope. 225, that was the leader after 23 got hooked up. Now he's dropped several places now, but he rejoins. So the lead now, 331 is now the leader. Chopping and changing here, Rick Linfield from 328, who's second, and 225, who is now down in third place. 6 laps have gone in this 15-lap event. So there's our lead car now, 331 with 328 a little way behind him. Rick Linfield coming to get a helping hand from the second place man. Right on his boot. Find an opportunity to just twitch that back end as they go into the ramp together. That's first and second, 331 and 328. And 331 gets shoved onto the infield, but he's managed to hang on. Brian Holiday chasing in second place in 328. And there's 23, our earlier leader, looking decidedly sick. The puncture has now turned into a wheel that's virtually disappeared. That's the end of it for Barry Nicholas. 328. Now he was second. In fact, he is now the leader. He's taken up the lead. Poor old 331. He's got trouble. He's steaming and he's seems to be out of it at the moment. So it's 328 now with 6 more to go. 5 next time. These ramps, they're not very big, but they certainly cause added complications. Lead car on the inside as they go to that back straight ramp, and he's got himself quite a comfortable little lead now, ahead of 448, who'll be chasing him around in the next place, but he's a long way back. And 448 has now gone past. 448 on the outside, 328 on the in. Now who's going to get scraped off under the park motors? It was the 448 car who got left behind. Now 328 has found himself some trouble. Places chopping and changing. 485 is in real bother now. Steve Barnes getting the heave-ho into the safety fence. So we're with 4:48. 4:48 is now the leader. 4:48. Over the ramp they go. Terry Colliver, 4:48. Now he can't afford to get himself hooked up with these other slower cars in there. He's got to keep himself out of bother now, coming to these closing stages. Gap on the inside, and he makes it. He makes it. That was a bit of a gamble, but he made it. 3 more laps to go as they go for the ramps. Doing quite comfortably now. Got a bit of a clear run for a moment or two. Very little problem for him at the moment. Track well and truly littered, and you can see there's not many from that field of 30-odd cars that started. Most of them are now parked around. There he is, 4:48. Still going well. And no real challenge to him at the moment. So many of the field have found trouble. He skips over the ramp very comfortably. 1 or 2 slower back marker cars in front of him. 58 who's running in second place, but he's a long, long way back, and he's got a lot to do. I can't see him getting up on terms with the leaders at all. Frank Gott, there's the leader, nipping beautifully over that ramp. He's got this down to a fine art now. Inside the closing lap. Checkered flag at the ready, over the back straight ramp for the final time. 58 coming right up behind him very, very quickly indeed, but he's not going to catch him, I don't think, now as they come over the line. 58 is trying very hard, and he's hooked him out on the line, and right on the line. 58 takes him out, and it's 58. Frank Gott, who right on the line, very surprisingly, takes that one from him. What a superb finish. A terrific drive from number 58, Frank Gott.